Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Chandrasekhar Shukla. Once again, today's we are going to continue this session uh, about Red Hat and Red Hat Academy. So, uh, with me, my colleague is there, Mr. Vikas Naidu. Uh, I'll try my best because where I'm issues with the internet and outside it's a heavily raining and thundering. So we may have faced some challenges with network. Anyway, we are starting. So last 2 days, we understand about what is Red Hat and open source. And yesterday, we discussed certain things about Red Hat. And we did one exercise also, how to install a Linux operating system on virtual machine. So today, once again, I'm continuing this and be cool. We have very less participants, uh, but uh, it's okay. You try to understand, you may get some information. So guys, uh, let's, last 2 days we were talking about the Red Hats once again in a brief about Red Hat. Red Hat is a big multinational companies, and it's a number one open source companies. uh, Entire world, entire many multinational companies, they use Red Hat products, uh, services. So we have huge requirement and huge demand for this technology. Using this technology, you can make your career, you can take your career in height. So here in this, unlimited growth is there. So once again, uh, uh, our today's agenda is like how you can make your career in Red Hat technology. How this technology is going to help you out to settle your career, settle your life. So this will be the agenda, and I'm going to discuss the same things and how Sage University is going to help you and how you can get all information from Sage University. Search Sage University's Red Hat Academy. So, guys, in today's scenario, again, uh, many challenges are there. People are not getting a job, and companies are hunting or right skills. So, in the right skills, a big gap is there, and that how to bridge that gap so you can get a nice job and nice career. So we have, I'll discuss in a couple of slides see how to go ahead, but just in brief, I'm coming there, but just in the brief, in today's scenario, we have few verticals where you can make your career, like uh, cloud engineer, like DevOps engineer. These two verticals, two, cloud and DevOps, is booming right now. So to become this, the foundation, the fundamental, how you can start, you should have a strong platform knowledge, and that is Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So when we talk about Red Hat is a very big. Red Hat is not, Red Hat earlier people were knowing with Red Hat Enterprise Linux means means Red Hat and Red Hat means Linux. So in the current time, it's not like that. Red Hat is a very big, and that Linux is not an operating system. It's more than that. Now it's a platform. So how you can become a cloud engineer and how you can become a DevOps engineer, how you can start this. So we will discuss everything. So uh, Naidu sir, you can just uh, run the slides. So you can here see these slides, the need for open source talent, So in open source is a community driven and again, when you talk about the open source and when you talk about the proprietary, so big difference is there, and that already we discussed on in first day. So here, because I'll take 5 minutes time to just go through that. So we have in open source lakhs of projects are there, and that are sponsored by many communities, and that testings are happening over there. And again, that project when comes to the company, so open source talent is required. So people learn this and they go there and they work there. So we have many huge open source projects. In that we have collaborations, so among large diverse community of contributors are there. Transparency is there in these projects, so in both the access and the ability to act of issues are there. In that standardization is there. So everything means they, whatever projects, open source projects are there, so in that they maintain a particular standardizations and workflow and chain systems. And after everything, once it's done, then it comes to that commercial model. And you know uh, and we are using for the commercialization purpose. So we have a very big opportunity to grow. And that's the reason many startups, if you talk about the startups, so they you get the open source projects, and using help of that projects, even the company uh, mm, mm, uh, companies stabilize themselves, and they are running with many employees and all those things. So here, open source talent, if you talk about open source talents, employers are seeking open source talent. So 89% of hiring managers find it difficult to find open source talent. So you can see here, means they are they find struggling. Why? Because we don't have such kind of training methodology. We don't have, means you cannot get all such kind of training here and there. We have less places and less trainings are happening, less skill developments are happening in this area. So that's the reason they struggle to find the right skills. So what you can do here, like I'll explain how you can approach to your university, and you can benefit it in next slides we will discuss. So you can just see this top IT skills IT managers are looking to hire. It's old slides, but you can see 73% developer cloud skills, 60% DevOps engineer, 53% system administrators, 50% of hiring managers are more likely to hire a certified professional. Guys, so it's to 2017. I know intentionally I just I bring this slides. So you should understand, you are in 2020. So in current scenario, you should have more knowledge compared to this. So here, like these are the area: cloud skills 73%, DevOps engineer 60%, and 53% system administrator. So in this, and again, 50% of hiring managers are more likely to hire a certified professional. So we will discuss here like how you can become a system administrator, how you can become DevOps engineers, how you can become cloud skills, cloud developers, and how you can do the certifications. Everything we will discuss here. And yeah, so these 3-4 things we will discuss today, and we will do one workshop also, one kind of we'll see. So now do some next slides. So 62% of IT leaders report an IT skills shortage holding them back, down from 65% last year. So you can see now how the growth in 2011, 42%, 2012, 47%, and 2014, 60%, and how it's growing, and currently it's almost it's around 70%. So next slide, Naidu sir. Again, next slides. Yeah, again, yeah, yes. So why Red Hat? So, why Red Hat? Because it's number one company in open source. It's open source leader company. So we prefer to learn Red Hat technology and to make your career, make a right career. So here you can see more than 90% of the Fortune 500 use Red Hat products and solutions. So this is a big number, guys. You need to understand 90% of the Fortune 500 use Red Hat product and solution. So if any students are learning Red Hat technology, Red Hat products, so they will have a huge opportunity to get a job, because this product used by mass companies. Maximum companies are using this. So you whatever your product is there, whatever you're going to learn in Red Hat, can explore in many companies. Okay, I'll give an example. When I was working, I faced this kind of situations. Like what happened in the IT company, when you join a company, any company, suppose you join IBM company, so every company having their own product, their own systems are there. So when the student gets that knowledge, means suppose you join that company and you are working in that company, so you will get that knowledge, and you will specialize in that, and that product is used by only IBM or in a few companies. So in that, if you are getting experience also in that product, what will happen if you leave that company? That product knowledge will not help you much. So how you can grow. So in that case, growth will not be there. Problem will be there. Again, you need to start. So here, like in this product, whatever product is, it's an open source product, and this Red Hat products, maximum companies are using. So if you are getting expertise in this area, this product, so you will have a big area to explore yourself and to grow yourself. So you can see here, we have around 10,500 employees and 85 worldwide offices, 35 countries, 500 companies, first $2 billion open source company in the world. So, this is what the power of Red Hat. And if you talk about the current scenario, so Red Hat is an IBM company. So Red Hat and IBM, the Red Hat reports to the IBM. And now see the combination. It's a best combination, and all both together, they are the number in hybrid cloud. So this platform, it is very big platform. You can make your career. So yeah, so next slide, Naidu sir. Yes, so you can just see this. If you are learning Red Hat, if you are with Red Hat product, Red Hat technology, so many areas are there where you can get a job. So it's a tried, tested, and trusted. So no R&D is required, right? Many companies are using since long time. So here, 100% of airlines in the Fortune Global 500 rely on Red Hat. So if you talk about any airlines like mm, Jet Airways or Air India, Indian Airlines, Lufthansa, or any airlines, so they whatever technology they are using, many things are there, like from ticket bookings to entire things, their storage and their aviation systems, big things. So everything runs on the Red Hat products. So if you are learning this, you will have a chance to work in this particular segment in your area. So again, 100% of telcos in the Fortune Global 500 rely on Red Hat. Again, it's a big telecommunication sector, guys. So nowadays, if you just in the mobile segment, whatever mobile players are there, like Airtel or Jio, uh, Vodafone, Idea, any companies, so they are using Red Hat products. Like how, what, in which area? So example, they have servers. So when you study Linux, you learn how to make a server. So there are so many servers. So and make a call, call, and you send a message. Everything get records on that, maintained by yourself. One country to other country, each and everything and that will maintain by a server, and that server uses on mobile, they are maintaining that, and for that example. Second example, like
Shankar sir,
Hello.
is your voice is not audible.
now it's fine, sir. Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
now it is okay.
Now,
Yeah. So last 5 minutes, you did not listen my voice.
yeah, of course.
No, Narendra, just I'm asking, like, I was just keep on speaking since last
Before,
15 minutes. So,
no, no, not from the
Sir,
15 minutes, just
you
from the
can
one
start with
minute.
telecom.
Yeah, just
okay,
start with the.
okay, okay.
Telecom sector.
So here, like, yeah, so telecom sectors, I was just talking. So whenever guys you make a call and you listen a ringtone, sorry, caller tune. So think about the how many caller tunes are there, and that caller tune sets automatically to one mobile to another mobile. Just you dial the particular number, and that caller tune will set. So that will also runs on Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So like that, many things are there. Telecommunication from billing to each and everything. They use Red Hat products. So again, these telecom sectors are using this product in big level. Again, after that, we have 100% of commercial bank in the Fortune Global 500 really on the Red Hat. Again, banking sector. See, security matters. Red Hat is very secure. That product give high level security. So when we talk about the banking segment, it's a crucial segment. Like we do money transactions. So again, whenever you do a transaction, so how you do the transaction, guys? So you need to log in to certain your bank. Once you log in, so you need to provide username and password. See, when you give that username and password, that username and password will get authenticated from a server. So that server will check whether your username is correct or not, whether the password is correct or not, whether so once this will done, then again OTP will come. So that OTP will take care by another server. That server generate that OTP. Once you submit that OTP, again that authentication will happen. That OTP server, yeah, that is correct. Then it will go to the next level. Once it's completed, then next level what will happen? You need to check your balance. So when you check your balance again, it will check from your bank server. Then if you want to transfer that amount, so again you need to do whatever thing. So in the background, if you see, there are many servers. So that servers take cares entire that operations, and that servers runs on Red Hat Enterprise Linux. I'm not telling entire servers everything runs on Red Hat Enterprise Linux, but yes, of course, maximum servers runs on Red Hat Enterprise Linux, and even the entire maximum like that uh, web servers also runs on Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So why they runs on Red Hat we will discuss, but let's see one more category. We have 100% of US executive department really on Red Hat. So uh, again in that your stock exchange is there, again your defense is there, many segments are there. They are using this Red Hat portfolio, Red Hat products. So guys, why they are using this Red Hat Enterprise Linux? Because we have the reason here. The first reason is it's open source. First reason is open source, and second reason is that services and support is cheaper than a proprietary software. So when we talk about that proprietary software, when we talk about that open source, so a proprietary software means a software which is like suppose we have HP. So HP is proprietary, and they develop a particular certain product by their employee, and and they are running in the market. It's proprietary. They will not give the code itself to the clients or any. So if a customer is using that product, so that service will be very costly, that support will be very costly. But here it's a community driven. So the testing happening that there are many threads are there. So because it's open source and it's a platform independent, and in the mass level they are using, so their services are cheaper than any proprietary software or proprietary. So this is again one more thing, one more big reasons, you know, why Red Hat. So it's a tried, tested, and trusted. So big area is there to explore and grow. So now is the next screen. Yes. So here, in this trusted technology we have, so Red Hat technology portfolio has grid within the IT industry. So you know here, what are the things? What are the categories we have? We have a Linux platform. So in the Linux platform, we have Red Hat Enterprise Linux, Red Hat OpenStack platform, and we have middleware here. So in the middleware, Red Hat JBoss middleware is there, and we have Red Hat Cloud Forms. We have Red Hat Storage, like that we have. So here we have different categories. We don't have only operating system with us. We have many other things beyond this also. So that is not available in this side. I'll share in next slides. So here, if we discuss about these verticals, just try to understand what are the verticals. I'll explain. So just in the previous slides only, be in the previous slides. Yes. So here is Linux platform. Let's just discuss about Linux platforms. So if you are choosing one category, Linux platforms. So how you can get a job, what you can learn in Linux platform. So in the Linux platforms, it's a first, we can say first level. So you can join this, and in that you will learn about Linux administrations. So how to manage a Linux servers, Linux machines. You will learn basic, and then you will learn to advance. So everything you will learn in Linux platform. So what are the things you will learn in Linux platforms, guys? So you will learn how to install particular operating system, how to work on that, how to work in the sense like all the files and many commands are there, how to play with packages, how to install a package, how to remove a package, how to create a partitions, how to store some data over there. So these are the things you will learn. Again, you will learn uh, process monitoring, like resource monitoring. You can learn in that. Again, you will learn many servers, how to make a web server, how to make a mail server, how to make a proxy servers, chat servers, FTP servers, whatever servers are there, whatever day-to-day activities, whatever you do, that everything maintained by a server. So that server fundamental concept you will learn over here. So even if you're learning this Linux platform, you can get a job. So in the next slides, I'll explain in the Linux platform what are the trainings and what are the certification available and how you can do that. So we will discuss that. Again, we have here a middleware platform. So again, Red Hat JBoss middleware platform is there. So guys, you need to understand what is this middleware and how it works. So just simple example. Again, it's a big concept, but in brief, I'll explain. Suppose you have a Linux operating system. In the top of Linux operating system, you have application, any application like mail server or web server. So the middleware, where it comes, it will comes in between that operating system and the particular application. So that applications will coordinate with the middleware, and middleware coordinate with that particular uh, uh, operating system, and that all communications will happen. So here we have a JBoss. So if you can learn JBoss, you will have a very good job. So guys, here again I will tell middleware. So every company will have the middleware product. So if you learn these, you will be an uncommon. Means you will not be the common engineer. So you will have a major chance to get a big job, because very few people learn this JBoss. Which you will not find JBoss learning kind of people. So again, here we have a good opportunity. So here again we have a cloud computing. So Red Hat Cloud Forms we have. So in the cloud computing, again we have a public cloud and private cloud and hybrid cloud. So these are the things here you can learn that. So we have OpenStack. So OpenStack, is a cloud platform. So in that you will learn how to make a cloud and how to work on the cloud and entire cloud terminology. And these things we will learn on the top of Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So OpenStack we have, and we have here we have OpenShift we have. So these two things you can run on the top of Red Hat Enterprise Linux, and you can be a cloud engineer. So for this also you should have very strong knowledge in Red Hat Enterprise Linux in Linux platform. And we have again here Red Hat storage. So again, so storage means again it's a most important part in any servers, that is called data storage. So whether it's single systems or whether it's any servers or whether it's a cloud-based applications, whatever data will be there, like entire data that will get stored somewhere. So that technology, how to maintain the data and how to use that data and how to everything that comes under Redhat storage. So even that part also you can learn. And if you're learning this Redhat storage part, just suppose example you are very interested in this, so you can again this will give a huge different kind of job opportunity. Example I just wanted to give you earlier. Just here I'll explain earlier and now also. How was the scenario? Like earlier, one computer or five computers. Suppose one organization is there and they have the five computers, and they will keep one machine, and they will install a Oracle database or any database, and they will keep all the data over there in the structured format. That is what storage earlier. The later on, storage technologies came into the picture. So storage technologies came into the picture. It means what? So when we talk about the storage, so in the production environment, in the companies, different, suppose a company, take example of any company. I'm just taking example of Wipro. So in that, different machines are there, different servers are there. So suppose we have a Windows machine. So Windows servers, we have 10. We have Linux servers 10. We have Unix servers 10. We have Solaris servers 10. But different servers are there. So that entire servers, whatever servers are there, they will have different file systems. Just try to understand the words. They will have different file systems. So here in the normal scenario, generally what happens if you have a Linux machine and if you have Windows machines. So just you take a pen drive and copy your Windows data in the pen drive. Again, try to access, put that pen drive in that Linux machine and try to access. It may not open. It will say file system not supported. Again, you just copy a file from Linux machine and just in pen drive and try to access from Windows. It may say, it may give error, file system not supported. So in the productions where different servers are there and with different file systems are there. So what are the technology uh, to maintain that kind of things? So for that, again, storage was EMC storage and NetApp storage and Hitachi storage, different storage boxes, and that entire data will get stored over there. And if any problems happen, so storage engineers will be there. They used to maintain that. So when it comes to the cloud, again, see, cloud, different hardware, and on the top of different hardware, different applications and different areas. So how to maintain that kind of data? So again, it's a vast area. So you guys can make a career in anyone. Either you choose like Linux platforms, you will have job. You can just middleware, you will have job. If you just selecting a cloud computer, again you will have job. If you're selecting Red Hat storage, again you will have job. So it's a very deep and depth. So in any one verticals you can get a job. So my suggestion, you always start from the first steps, and that is called Linux platforms. So yes, you can start your journey with Linux platform. We will discuss. Okay, next slide, sir. Yes. So Red Hat customers, if you talk about around the world, so we have Verizon, Adobe, uh, BSE, and then Macquarie Bank, then Avianca, ING Bank, Emirates Flights, like that. Many companies are, they have the customers. And here in India, again, yesterday I discussed your IRCTC, Indian Railway, relay on Red Hat, your passport office, rely on Red Hat. Your Mumbai Stock Exchange rely on Red Hat. So like that, they rely on Red Hat products. So, if you learn this, you will have a very good opportunity in private sector as well as government sector also. It's not like that if you learn this, you cannot get a job in the government. Even the government agencies, companies, they outsource their work to the private companies only. So you will have maximum opportunity to get a job to maintain their servers. So guys, this is again different area. It's very critical and vast area. It's not like you just learn one programming and just started. It's very vast and uh, uh, in depth. So you need to start your journey one by one, step by step. So yeah. So here we have Red Hat Academy educating the next generation of IT technology. So whatever I discussed, like Linux platform and middleware and cloud technologies and um, storage, how to learn, where you can learn. So guys, you can learn in your college campus itself. Sage University is a Red Hat Academia, and if you just I'm coming there. So if suppose you wanted to learn this and you are going outside of your college. So if you're going outside of college, suppose Linux, one small first one I'm talking. So if you are going to pay 10,000 rupees outside, so that you can learn in very minimal price in your college. This is the first advantage. So 80%, 70% training discount you can get in your college campus. So no need to go outside. First, second, if you are going for certification examination, so 50% exam discounts you can you will get it in the college campus. So this is the biggest advantage to start your journey from your college itself. Same standard contents we have, certified instructors we have. They will teach in global standard manner, and you will have strong knowledge. It's not like that someone will come and simply teach something and they will go back, nothing like that. So you can start your training and skills upgradations from your college campus itself. No need to go anywhere. So starting a few modules, you just start from your college. So we will give you that how to start, right? So here bridging the gap between education and industry. So what will happen once you start these technologies, right? So slowly one by one uh, you can upgrade yourself. So again, what we suggest, like what students are facing when they complete their graduation, right? Suppose they completed their engineering, or they are final semester or final year, then they start upgrading. So what is my suggestion? You from the first day, first semester, right, you start upskilling yourself, start upgrading yourself one by one. So again, that it depends, like how many models you are doing, how many models you are completing, and based on that you will have a big confidence and big knowledge, right? And you will have maximum opportunity to get a job. So in Red Hat Academia, in your college, there are papers, 7 papers, 8 papers are there. So that 7 8 paper, I'll explain. 7 8 papers you can do training and certification in your college campus itself, first level, and uh, many things are there. I'll discuss many benefits are there, what you can, how you can get benefited. So here Red Hat Academy features, so helping student reach their academic and career potential. So here, like experience, so flexible hands-on lab environments we have. So lab environments we have flexible, we have resources, standardized materials we have. Again, training instructor in enablement is there. Value addition, certification exams we have, and curriculum high demand course content we have. So this is the things you can get benefited from your academy, Sage University. So yes, next slide, sir. Yeah, so flexible hands-on lab environment. So in this, you just see here how do you mean the flexible hands-on lab environments, and how you can get benefited. So here we have do it yourself. Do it yourself means there are lab images. Like suppose you wanted to go for Linux, so Linux server practice and any particular modules. So you can get image from Red Hat. We have, and you can make bootable and you can install yourself. So you can download yourself and you can install in your system yourself and you can start practicing. So it's, it's freely available and all the steps are available. That in that way you can do that. This is one part. Here is written download and deploy your own labs on your own system. So you can do this. Second, we have partners. So work with several global partners to provide hands-on labs. So partner in the sense, I am the partner. So, I am the delivery partner for Sage University. So I will also help how you can practice. And even I have lab. So, for your information, I have lab in Indore beyond university campus. So, people can access that lab also. So it depends. So that lab is there. Then we have a cloud labs. So hosted web services for learners to access, via internet. So suppose, your college lab is not available. It's like pandemic situation. To access your college labs, college should open. If college will not open, you cannot access that lab. Partner labs, partner center will not open. So again, lab will not available. So we have cloud labs. So from your home, from anywhere, you can access using your browser. You need to give your username and password, and you will have a Linux system and you can do the practice. So that is also available, but again it may cost will available. So yes, so depends on the lab. Cloud lab, the different labs are there. So different charges are there based on the how many hours and how, based on the subscriptions, that cost available. But again, it's not high, very expensive. It's, affordable. Next. So yeah, so we have standardized materials. Standardized materials means uh, standard materials means that curriculum is globally accepted. Means what you will learn in Indore, same things will teach. Uh, same things student learns in USA and same things student learns in Australia. So that's global content, global materials. So it's not like that, like academic. If you talk about other curriculum, so in US that BTech degree will have different curriculum, and in India BTech degree will have different curriculum. So the gap is there. But in this, it's in this professionals across the world, same content will be there. So we have standardized materials. So curriculum designed from huge cases by Red Hat engineers. So here we have multiple student courseware formats. So again, that materials comes in ebook, printed material, and HTML format. So you can use anyone. Ebook in the sense like a PDF format will be there, and you can read that PDF. And printed material means hard copy will be there. So you can get the hard copy Red Hat courseware. And HTML content in the browser, in HTML format will be there. You can just read that time. So we have three ways to access that material. Then we have again real world course content. So that is a design from successful customer use cases. So real world course content in the sense how who designed that course and how the course will be designed. So based on the industry's requirement, what industries you using, suppose that enterprise Linux. So how industry was using in 2010 and how industries using in 2020, it's difference is there. So whatever new things are there in new curriculum, new version, that will be implemented. So that part it will be industry up to that level, and time to time a version changes, and time to time it get update also. So next, we have global availability of content. So in up to 9 languages. So your courseware will be in 9 languages. Hindi, even it's available in Hindi also. So Hindi, English, and many other foreign languages. Next, so Red Hat Academy portal provide globally standardized materials. Guys, this is very useful for you, Red Hat Academy portal. So Red Hat Academy portal in the sense how it works. I'll give example here how you can get benefited this. So your college having Red Hat Academy portal access. So your college admin will be like Narendra sir will have access. He will log in and he can access. So the procedure is, if you wanted to start this course, if you wanted to learn this course, what you need to do, you need to log in there. You need to register yourself over there. It means you need to approach to your college admin, RH Red Hat Academy department. You need to give applications. Your information will be registered over there. Once it will be registered, you will get a mail. In that mail, all the informations will be there, like how to access. Just log in and everything will be there. Many courseware, books, free videos are there, free coursewares are there, and many things are there. You can access. It's the vast information. Like you should have time to do that. So using that you can study. So using via Red Hat Academy portal. We have here instructor enablement. So here is written no cost access to Red Hat Academy online training course. So it's a freely available for online materials. If you log in, it's a freely available. Discounted exams for instructors. No cost access to Red Hat Academy online training courses. So if you are learning online training courses from that portal, online training courses means, guys, it will be kind of online HTML or videos. So in that course, whenever it comes live, whenever it will come in online mode, that will be translated. But if you are accessing any content, videos, it will be, and we upgrade instructors also. So college instructors, they get up upgrade and they do and everything. Certification exams, big
Hello. Hello.
yeah, uh, it's got log out. Okay, so again I'm continuing here. So we have certifications. So guys, just for informations, we have certification exams in like validation of skills and knowledge trusted in the industries. So Red Hat examination is different than other examinations. So like suppose you are giving a Cisco examinations or Microsoft examination or Oracle examinations. If you compare this Red Hat examination, Red Hat is totally different. Red Hat examinations, having different methodology, these certifications. In this certification, how it will be happen, like Red Hat examiners, fly to, exam center. Suppose your college wanted to conduct examination, so Red Hat examiner will come. In that lab where you will write the examination, they will set up some practical scenario based, performance based, and you need to take up the examinations. So and passing that exam is not so easy. 80% marks is required, sorry, 70% score is required to pass the examination. So it's performance based. So that is called on-site examination. So here exam delivered at your location. So we have uh, individuals exams, take our exams in your time, and here we have 50% discount for students. So this again, here we have in this 2020 they launched. So guys, remote examination, if you have proper internet and proper laptop, so even you can write this Red Hat examinations from your home also. So that all this month in August 2020, due to the pandemic and COVID situation, that examination has been launched because all partner centers and the colleges were closed. This is again, you can take up, but I always recommend you take up your examination in your college campus. College will give you better bandwidth, internet speed, and all the cameras. So your investment will not be there. College hardware will be tested hardware. So you can write your examination in your college campus itself. No need to go anywhere. Here we have curriculum and certifications. So Red Hat Academy offers a range of courses and certifications. So here many courses are there. We will see that. Next, yes. So here, guys, you can see core administration. So Red Hat curriculum, access to 7 courses with more on the way. So in that 7 courses, this is the first level, right? This is available in your college campus. So the first core system administration. So in the core system administration, like previously I just told you guys, like Linux platforms. In the Linux platform, this core system administrations will come. So in the core system administration, what you can do, you can deploy, administer, manage, and secure Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So these are the things you can do. So here, there are basically 3 modules. So these are old slides, but the same things is available right now also. Little bit changes are there. So here we have 3 modules. This is called Red Hat System Administration 1, and the code is RH124. And the second module is Red Hat System Administration 2, RH134, and Red Hat System Administration Part 3. So these 3 things is available under core system administrations. If you are learning these 3 modules, you can learn in your college campus, right? In 50% discount certifications and almost 70 to 80% discount in training. So these things you will learn. And yeah, these 3, and again in cloud computing. So this part you can learn in your college. So Red Hat OpenStack Administration Part 1 and Introduction to Container and Kubernetes and Red Hat OpenShift. So this is CL 110 and DO 180. So these 2 courses again available in your college campus. And we have middleware development. So master in middleware applications. So here we have Red Hat application development, programming in Java, and again we have Red Hat application development implementing microservices architecture. This is JB 183 and JB 283. So this is available in your college campus. These 7 courses. These things you can learn right now. So here we have that certifications. Yeah. So previous page only, sir. Yes. So in the core system administration, guys, you just see here there are 3 modules, 1 to 4 and 134, part 1 and part 2. So this part 1 and part 2, this will, if you learn this part 1 and part 2, after these 2 modules, you can go for first certification examination, and that is called RHCSA. Naidu sir, next slide. Yeah, so this is, can you see now, RSCSA, Red Hat Certified System Administrator, and the code is EX200. So to do this certification, Red Hat Certified System Administrations, right, EX200, you need to go through that part 1 and part 2 modules, papers, and complete that and go for the certification, and you will be Red Hat certified and RSCSA, right? And then 3rd modules was there. If you complete that, you will have yeah, this is a Red Hat system administration part 3. So this RS254, so you will have RHCE, Red Hat certified engineer, and this is EX300. So RSCSA and RSCE, these 2 certification, RSCE, especially RSCE, is a crown certification in Red Hat and entire world, right? According to me, I can say it's the 2nd toughest examination, in the world. Passing this exam is not so easy because it's performance-based examination. So currently in 2020, we have a bit change in the certifications, like earlier how it was. Just let me explain you. Naidu sir, can you go to the back slide? Yeah, so here in the part 1, Red Hat System Administration part 1, what the student used to learn, so they used to learn about Linux, or little bit about shells, and then basic commands, and how to create file, Linux file system architectures, few editors, and user administration, how to create users and all, and log management, package management, right? How to set up the network, right? These are the things they can learn in that first modules. Means in the first modules itself, they will have idea about basic of Linux operating system and how to work on the Linux. In second module, the student will learn about that installation. So different types of installations will be there, like kickstart installation, PXE installations, non installation, upgrade installations. The installations will be there, and then resource management will be there, monitoring will be there, some security AC Linux will be there, and uh, very important part like disk management will be there. So in that, learn how to create partitions in the disk, and how to format that partition, what are the methodology, and how you can access that partition. So these are the things you will learn. Even you will learn Allium, like logical volume managers. That part again you will learn in that, and so these are the things you learn in the second module. So once you complete this first module and second module, guys, your journey, why I'm forcing here, your success journey, this area is going to start RHCSA. This is the first training and this is the first certification from where you can start your career and you can build yourself, to cloud and DevOps. So, but starting, you need to start here itself. This part, you can approach your college and registration. So this is one part. This is current version is year 8. Red Hat Enterprise Linux version 8. Previously it was 7. So 7 to 8 we have major changes. Some changes are there. So let me explain you what are the changes. Here, previous slides only, Naidu sir. Slide. Yes. So in this third module, whatever third modules is written here, like previously in the version 7, in the third modules, yes. So in third module, generally you teach all servers in the sense is function. You are not going uh, uh, all big level servers, because in the current times maximum servers has been configured. So there you are going to learn about that how to configure the servers, and all the aspects will be there. So many servers you will learn, like mail servers, ISCSI servers, okay, mm, uh, mm, web servers and secure web servers. Like when you type http gmail.com, it will redirect to https, that part, right? Again, some teaming, bridging will be there. So FTP servers, proxy servers, many servers generally we used to teach. So earlier, how was that? Like, if a server is giving any error, suppose a mail server is giving error, so that time, manual troubleshooting was involved. Like suppose, your server is giving error, so administrator used to go there and check all the services, check all the ports, check the configuration file, check all kinds of error, and then troubleshoot that. So it was earlier process. So so in version 7, we used to teach all the server part, but in the current time in version 8, RHCL 8, RCE, that certifications, Red Hat has removed all the server part. What they added Ansible. So what is Ansible? This is, automation. So how to, in Ansible, you will learn, how to automate, all the servers. Like how sitting in one place, one second, excuse me. Naidu sir.
I think so.
Some network issues is there. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. So in the current scenario, in RSCE, what is added? Ansible added. What is Ansible? Using Ansible, we used to automate servers. You automate all the Linux things, right? So, example. Let me give you one example. I wanted to start web services in remote machines. So sitting in one place, I wanted to, start. So I'll run one playbook, and it will, start all the services, right? So, it will troubleshoot also. So a service will fail in this any server, that playbook book will help, that will be repair, and it will restart automatically. So to expert in Ansible automation, you should very strong knowledge in all the servers part. So if you have a strong knowledge in server part, then you go for RSCE. So here in the current, if you are learning in this next month or upcoming time, so your path should be RSCSA. First, do the certification. Second, learn all the server part, server networking part. You should learn everything, and security also. These things you learn. And third, learn RSC part. So that's, again, it will be Ansible. So in Ansible, you will learn complete Ansible, how to write plays in the playbook, and how to automate servers, and how to deploy servers sitting in one place, right? So this is an RSC. If you guys are honestly completing these two certifications, RSCS and RSCE, currently ours and RHLE. So generally standard, if you talk about Indore, so less very worse situations, jobs are available. 2 lakhs to 6 lakhs companies offered for one RSE certified professionals. Minimum 15,000 to up to 50,000, depends based on the knowledge. But average salary is somewhere 20-25,000. So 20 to 25,000 salary is not big task for a guy who completed RSCS and RSE knowledge, proper knowledge, in-depth knowledge, not like time pass simply. So these things, you can you can. So many companies are there in the IT park. If you're going outside, suppose if you have big support, like suppose you are going outside of India, right? So guys, again, here I can share my experience. Getting a job in India is a bit tough compared to foreign. This is my experience. Suppose your company is there in Dubai and they are hiring fully professionals. A company is there in Pune. They're also hiring a Linux engineer. So cracking that Dubai job will be easy, right? Compared to the Pune. So if you go to outside, guys, you will have a tremendous opportunity. Why? Because all the servers, all the data centers is outside of India. Maximum 90% of data centers are available in US and UK. It's like, Netherlands, Sweden, London, Denmark. That side, data centers are there in US, New York, Washington, again in Australia. So what will happen if you are getting exposure and experience in those two? I'm just talking about the first level, guys. So what will happen if you're going over there on site, because servers are there? If you're getting a chance to work there, so you will get a salary in the dollars, and that will be too much, right? If you are just starting after 1 year or 2 years, if you're going there, so you will have tremendous growth and job opportunity. So this is one part, RSCS. Initially I will suggest to go with this. Again, after that we have RHCED, Red Hat Certified Enterprise Application Developer, Red Hat Certified Enterprise Microservices Developer. So suppose you are good in Java programming, so like if you wanted to make a career in these sites, again you can make your career in this site. This is two part. Again, here certification is not available in this, but currently Red Hat has launched a certification for DO 180. Okay, this month only. So that is called a container and Kubernetes, right? So these things also you can learn in your academics. Again, CL110 certification is not there. The CL110 is the cloud. OpenStack. The certification exam is not there for that, but again, knowledge is there, so you can get that knowledge. So guys, you just see this here in these slides. Red Hat Certified System Administration, RSCSA. So Red Hat Certified System Administrator is able to perform the core system administration skills required in Red Hat Enterprise Linux environment, right? And average annual salary among US credential holders with you can just see this $114,700. This is annual salary. Even you will search, guys, in the internet, go to the Google or just search average salary for RSC engineers in USA or UK. You just see this, how much they are getting salary. It's a huge amount. It's not a small amount. And Red Hat certified engineers, this again, $119,750. That is there in the foreign side. So here, these two part in this slide, much information not there. I'll use other slides, right? So these two. So guys, you can do this certification, start these two, RSCSA and RSCE, start from your college itself. No need to go anywhere under your college internship. Trainers will come from outside and they will teach you in your lab, in your area, and you'll get benefited. This is one part of students. So if you're completing this first level, you will have a very strong Linux platform knowledge. This is the level 1. Now, level 2, from this, beyond this, after this, you just do this and try to get a job, work, and again you upgrade yourself. So when you talk about upgrade, then go to the next level. So next level comes, this comes as a cloud. So Red Hat cloud, cloud. So when you talk about the cloud, again, we have certificates. That certification you can do. So in maybe that certification as of now is not available in your college, but in coming time that will also, that may come. We cannot predict that whether that will come or not come. Just wait, Naidu sir. So in that cloud, Red Hat cloud, right, we have two certifications, that is called OpenStack and OpenShift. So just listen carefully. If OpenStack for the public cloud and private cloud, and OpenShift, we have hybrid cloud. So if you are learning this two part, at least OpenShift, so the OpenShift along with RSCE, this two combination, just try to understand. OpenShift, you just learn one cloud certification, and then here RSCS and RSCE two certifications. This T3, if you are learning this three only, you can get a very good job. Somewhere around 10 to 12 lakhs. Freshers are getting that kind of job. It's not simply I'm giving that words. Why? Because in our time, 15, 18 years before, 3 lakhs was the package, 2 lakhs was the package, right? Freshers used to get that. But right now, if a skilled fresher is there, if they have very strong knowledge in the Linux platform and then cloud platform, so of course they can get a very good job, 10 to 20 lakhs, and that companies are paying, and that's not a big amount. No need to think this is a very big amount. It's nothing. People are getting 22 lakhs, 32 lakhs, 40 lakhs, like that salaries are big companies are paying. So when we talk about the cloud, of course you should not see, you can learn this part, RCL 110 and 220 OpenStack is there, that certification you can do, and then we have OpenShift, that training and certification you can do. After this, we have other vendors also. You can AWS is there, and Google Cloud is there. That part, Azure is there. That also, if you're interested, that part that also you can learn, right? So this is what the cloud. So this is the cloud. Then again, third level, it comes automation. So automation, everything automate, and in that some tools are there. So in that, right, I'll tell you guys, to automate, for automation, Red Hat having a product called Ansible. Ansible is used for automation, right? And it's a Red Hat product only, and maximum companies are using Red Hat Ansible for automating the servers and automating the task. So similarly, like Ansible, what are other things are there? We have the Puppet and all, right? So earlier Puppet was there, and if you suggest me, I can suggest always Ansible. So Ansible is the tools for DevOps. So that will help again. So 2-3 tools if you can learn from DevOps. So that tools I can just say, take the names like container and Kubernetes you can learn, and Ansible you can learn, Jenkins you can learn. These four tools are there. If you can learn, you will be expert in IT automations, and this is enough. This is too much. This is this is not easy. So if you can learn in 2 to 3 years RSCSA, RSCE, right, OpenStack, OpenShift, right? So yes, it will take you to DevOps engineer, and current trend is this. So just for your information, let me see this, show you the diagram, right? Your focus should be for this. See this diagram, and here we have maximum is open source tools only. This is not all proprietary, and no need to go for any kind of things. So can you show that? Yes. Yes. So guys, just see this diagram. This is the DevOps life cycle, and here you have to reach. So you have to start from RSE, and my suggestion, you have to come to this level. So this labels, DevOps, this is current 2020 trends, right? So here we have tools like we have Git, we have Jira, we have Eclipse, we have Ant, Maven, Gradle, SE, Selenium, JUnit, Jenkins, right? We have Bamboo, we have Puppet, Chef, Ansible, SaltStack, Sensu, Splunk, Nagios. So many tools are there, guys. So in this, you can see this, we have Ansible. See this next to Chef, we have Ansible. So this Ansible, we are teaching in the RSE part. So one automation tools we are teaching in RSE itself, and other 2-3 tools you have to learn, and you will become DevOps engineer. So this is highly demanded and skilled. So to reach there, you have to start your journey from RSCSA and RSCE, right? So yeah, I will just close these slides. These slides not required, or just go to the yeah, be here on. Yes, be here. Right. So guys, again here, let me tell you some more features, right? So here, why Red Hat Academies? In the Red Hat Academies, right? No need to go here and there. You have many things, like you will have Red Hat Learning Community. So RHLC you have Red Hat Club we have. So you know that Red Hat portals are there. So you can just, I'll share the links in the what. Like many links are there. I will share some books also, how you can get benefited. So you guys can, from the Red Hat portals, you can log in there, and you just member of Red Hat Club, you just member of Red Hat Learning subscriptions. So there you can you will get many free videos, free access, many suggestions, many experts are there, and they will guide you. Like means you will get many resources, you will get it from there, right? And it's available from Gilmore portal. So in the Red Hat Academy for your college, already Gilmore portal is there, and again from the next month new portals are getting launched. So from September onwards, a very strong platform Red Hat is launching for Red Hat Academy students. There you can log in, you can do the training, you can get the free videos, so many things, and you can get internship, you can get participation certificate. So many things you can you can get benefited from your Red Hat Academy portal, right? So here you can just see a proven business impact. So 95% are better prepared. So students report that they are better prepared after class to maximize the value of Red Hat products. Again, we have 92% more successful. So 92% more independent. So why? Because this portfolio is very big, knowledge is very big. Once you have chance to explore elsewhere in the world, right? So this is the power of Red Hat, and this is the power of Red Hat Academy, and this is the power of this training and certifications, right? So this is all about this one. I'll try to show you, like some people say like that this is very hard. This is very hard. You can just see these academic partners we have. So many in Asia, Europe, North America, many partners are there. So Naidu sir, we will just show them one practicals, one small
Sure.
10 minutes practicals. We will show them, and just yeah. So guys, what I wanted to tell is like you should first remove one thing from your mind, that Linux is very hard and this is not easy and you cannot learn. According to us, it's very easy, and that you can learn in very easy manner. but it's not very hard. And we have systematic way how to study and how to prepare yourself, right? Yeah. So here let me show you one practical how it's easy. You just see this कि कितना आसान है एक Linux का सर्वर बनाना है उसको प्ले करना. It's not very tough. So I'll show you uh, one web server, how to make a web server. So guys, here simple. Many students are there. They love to write the website, web coding. They used to design the websites and all. So just think it. Suppose you are very good in website designing, right? And after designing to access publicly, you need to host that website somewhere else, right? And that is called web server. So how that web server, how that one machine, suppose you have 100 websites, so to host that 100 machines, 100 website, how many servers is required, whether it's one server, whether it's 100 server, what will be the configuration, how to do that. So here as a system administrator, simple. Suppose I am a developer, right? I just designed one website, right? And I wanted to host, so I will give you to my colleague. He is a web server administrator, right? I will give my website to him, he will host it. So guys, here how to host that particular website, many ways are there, right? So very simple. In a Linux machine, I'll just show you some steps here. Just it will take hardly 2 minutes to 3 minutes how to host that, right? So I just want one example. So let's see this steps and books notes I will share in the your WhatsApp group, and I'll share to the Narendra sir. Right, we have so many links to share. I'll share Narendra sir will share to all the students. Right, yes. So guys, just see here. I wanted to host one uh, website, right? So I should have website. So I am just making one website. So just simple. Yesterday I told you everything is a file. So I am just making one website, right, in a file. So Nadu sir, just create one index.html cat space greater than space index.html. Yes, enter. So see, this guys, this is very simple. Cat command we use to create a file, and even we use to view the file. So here I am making one website called index.html. Here I write one line: Welcome to Sage University. Welcome to Sage University. Enter and Control D. So I created this file. It's very simple. Index.html is my website, right? This will given by a developer who developed who developed a particular website. So this is what index.html. Now, to make this machine as a web server, we need to yesterday I told you some packages and some services. So you should have that particular service and particular package, right? So Naidu sir, just install the package. We have HTTP package. So DNF, because it's a Fedora, so we use DNF. If it's a Red Hat Enterprise Linux, we use Yum, right? So DNF install HTTPD. So see this particular package is updating from internet, because that server package server is there in internet. It's not in my local machines. So once you learn RSCSA, there also you will learn how to make a package server that is called Yum server, right? So you will learn how to make multiple Yum server and Yum client. So for the package management. So here simple, it's very simple. One command, we are just installing and updating the package. This package is required. So this is already done. Package has been installed, and after this package, what happened? What this package did? It's it's once this package commands that extracted, and it's stored in different location. Here, entire file system has been changed, because from that package, many things has been extracted and it's shifted to different folders, right? So here we have a folder called var www.html. So Naidu sir, don't go to that folder. ls, just go with ls. ls is space small ls small ls slash var slash www ls space slash var slash www slash html. Yep. Right. So see, we have a folder called slash var slash www slash html, guys. So slash var slash www slash html, this is the default location for a website. This is the default location. By default, this location is there, right? If you wish, you can create your own location also. That's not a problem. We need to change the configuration file. So what we will do, this index.html file, that website, we will copy to this location, default location. Simple. Web developer given to you, you need to copy this website to var www.html. This example. Yes. Enter. It's it's uh, copied here, right? After that, you need to start HTTP service, right? And you need to enable that service, and you need to, if firewall is enabled, you need to add that web server port to the particular firewall. Yes. So yes. So here we are enabling the service, and we can start the service. Yes. Right. So here you can see here this service is active and running here and running. So we started the service. See this. If the service failed, if this is not running, your website will not come, right? And we're not going to open that configuration file, but we have the configuration file also. No need to edit that, right? Uh, Whatever your machine IP address is there or name is there, right? So guys, to access our web server, you should have DNS configured. So here it's local machine. So from local IP also you can access. So from browser, can you open Naidu sir? From that, yes, make sure you should be in the if you did that web server in virtual machine, open that virtual machine web server here. That IP address you need to give. So guys, then you can see here, welcome to Sage University. Why localhost we given? Because that machine name was just localhost. So if you have any DNS configured, a domain name like uh, sage.com, sageuniversity.com. So just configure it. So simple. Just I wanted to show you how it's simple. It's not very hard. Just you need to understand the flow, you need to understand the concept and methodology. So see this, how it's very easy now, right? And here the main part, you need to understand the troubleshooting part, because once you configure any server or any applications, troubleshooting is endless, right? You don't know what kind of problems will come, when what will come. So you need to, there is no hard and fast rule. You need to put your brain and sense, right? And to troubleshoot, and you see different places are there to rectify that error. So this is what one small exercise we did it, so here you just understand that key. If you wanted to configure any server, not a web server, mail server, what you need to do, you need to install a package like your HTTPD. For mail, different package will be there. You need to start the particular service. Second step, third step, for every application there will be a configuration file. You need to change that configuration file, edit the configuration files, and and then start and enable the service. Your server will be done, right? It's very simple. It's not very hard. So this thing, whatever we did here using that through command, right? We downloaded the package, we started the service, and we copied that index.html file and we opened in the browser. So if you do it, it taken time 10 minutes, 15 minutes time. But if you do with Ansible, at once you can deploy thousands of servers within fraction of seconds. So this is how so fast, right? That's the reason we industry is going for Ansible automation, and that you can learn in RSC. So this is what a small exercise here. It's a small web server practical here. So guys, uh, uh, this is what things. If you have, let's ask some questions, right? So students, if you have any doubt, you can ask. Yes, so no problem. Uh, this is my today's session. We're not going to take some more time. Uh, so all universities student, whoever Sage University students are there. So for them, this is the right time and right place. You have a very good university, Sage University, and they are initiative, they are taking initiative, they are very active, actively involving, and actively they are helping, they are communicating. So in your CS department, you can reach and you can approach for your training, and let's start your training. We will conduct your trainings there, and whether it's offline mode or online mode or any mode, right? And even remote examinations are there. So all the offers, you cannot discuss here the offers, but of course you will get very good offers. You can approach Narendra sir. He will help you out, and you just guys start this, and let's start with one batch, and let's see the difference, how it's making changes in your life and in your career. So this is what the Red Hat, and yeah, this is due to COVID. Every person is sitting in the different locations. So we are facing challenges like network problem, bandwidth, right? Internet, now outside is thundering, and yeah, see in this also your university is organizing such kind of webinar, and to help you out, to give you some kind of value, so adding the value in your life, right? So even we also try to do this in this situation webinar admissions, provide partner in those like so we also we will conduct this better webinar, better work, better way. You will get so. Today, from my end, for today's presentation. So if you have any doubt, you can ask a question.
Anyone, if you have any doubt or any query, you can ask frequently without any hesitation.
Yes. So, Narendra sir, there is no questions. So I am sharing certain links, it's like some resource information from where to get all the books and links, and Red Hat Academy portal information, that videos link, everything I'll share to you, and you can share in the group. So this is today's session, guys. So from my end, thank you everybody. Thank you all the students in these sessions. You have given your time to this. Thank you for Sage University. Special thanks to Narendra sir. He given so much effort, right, to do this, and he's very active. So special thanks to Narendra sir also for conducting this and inviting us, and from for this organizing this all coordination and bringing all the students. So close या और कुछ इस पे करें.
Okay, Chandra sir. Uh, Now I would like to wind up this session.
हाँ सर.
I take the responsibility of this opportunity to
Yes.
propose vote of thanks to our resource person and experts. I, on behalf of Sage University and CSC department, I am very thanks to both experts for gracing your important and valuable time and knowledge sharing with us. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence. I, as all good things comes to end the life, so I like to wind up this session. And Red Hat Linux have many possibilities for your jobs and knowledge point of view. And if you want to be a part of Linux administrator, you have to complete some certifications just like the RS124, RS134, RS254, EX2 200, EX300. These are the Linux certification. If you have these certificates, then you are eligible to get the chance as a system administrator in the Linux platform. And Linux, if I am talking about the Linux, it has wide area of knowledge and job point of view. So I like to wind up this session. Thank you so much once again, all participants and our experts. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.